guys, and welcome back to another episode of Federico Talks Watches. Boy, it feels like forever. In fact, it's been 10 days since my last video, and I want to apologize. Life has gotten in the way recently. Lots of changes, busy at work, still have family in town, and actually next week we have the Miami International Watch and Jewelry Show, so it's also a busy week, but I think the video schedule will be back to normal on Tuesday. But today, I figured I'd treat you guys with a Q&A where I answer your guys' questions from my Instagram account, which is Federico Talks Watches. When you see a Q&A picture, feel free to ask a question. Of course, customary wristwatch check. Today, I'm wearing the Rolex Hulk. I've been loving my new Ming recently. This has been neglected, which is totally unfair to it, because it's a sexy beast. And it's back on the wrist today. Also, guys, go check out delraywatch.com. Just got a bunch of new interesting watches. We got a few Cuervo y Sobrinos, a very small brand with Cuban heritage that makes a very interesting looking watch, and the quality is rather high. We got in a couple of Rolex sports models, and a Speedy Professional, along with a weird Tudor. All that and more at delraywatch.com. Link in the description below. But anyway, guys, I've got the questions here, and I'll read them out. Let's see what you guys want to know today. The Watch Lounge says, should I get a Breitling Super Ocean Heritage 2 or an Omega Seamaster next? It's between those two this coming week I'm going to pull the trigger. Well, the Watch Lounge, first of all, good to hear from you again. The Super Heritage 2 is a great watch. I believe it is the version with the Tudor in-house movement, the one from the Black Bay. And the Omega Seamaster has the coaxial movement. Not sure which Seamaster you're going to go after. Everybody complains that I rag on Breitling, but I think the Super Ocean Heritage 2 is a great watch. I love it on mesh. It holds value relatively well for a Breitling, but honestly, I can't look past the Omega Seamaster. I think it's more iconic. I think the movement is more proven. I like the styling better, and it has the best bracelet in the business. If you're asking my honest opinion, Omega all the way. The second question is from Lisero Lucien. Are you still planning on getting the Longines Heritage 1945 you told us about some time ago? Well, Lucien, here's the deal. I love that watch. I really did. And it was very hard to get. A little easier now. And at the time, I ordered about 4 or 5 of them for Del Rey Watch. I was going to keep one for myself. But every time I sold one on Del Rey Watch and I was going to keep mine, another customer would call me looking for one. And being a new business, it's not so much the profit of the watch, because it was only $300-400 per watch. It was the customer acquisition. I really would rather have someone be happy at our service and sell them the watch than keep it for myself. And then months passed and I picked up the Hulk and I just picked up the Ming, and even though I still love it, I just don't think it has a place in my collection. I would very happily wear it, I'd love one, but right now I think I'm gonna hold off. And the reason is every time I wanted to keep one for myself, somebody else wanted one, and for the sake of the business, I gave it to them. The Botany. How's the Ghibli treating you? Do you miss the CLS? I knew that was going to be a question. I'm sure you guys may know that about 6 months ago, I bought a used CLS 550, a car that I absolutely loved. Unfortunately, that had some pretty bad mechanical issues, no fault of my own. Actually, no fault of the dealer either. It was the fault of the person who sold it to the dealer. The dealer didn't inspect it, but the wheels were the wrong offset. It had some drivetrain damage, and unfortunately, the car was a lemon. So the dealer bought it back from me at the full price I paid. So essentially, it was a wash. So I needed a new car. So what did I get? I got a 2019 Maserati Ghibli S Gran Lusso Nobile. Wow, that is a mouthful. Guys, I'm not the irony is not lost on me that I got rid of a CLS with mechanical issues and I moved into a Maserati for reliability. I know that's crazy, but the Maserati is leased. It has the full maintenance package. All the services are paid for. It has a warranty. So I'm not too worried. What do I think of it? Listen, I love it. I think the CLS was a lot more refined, but the Maserati has, the Ghibli has more emotion to me. It's more raw, the exhaust note. I really, really love it. A lot of you guys may not know, cars are kind of a second passion of mine, along with watches. So I decided to treat myself. One guy said I'd rather have a Lange and a C-Class, and while I don't blame you, I love cars almost as much as I love watches. So this time around, I decided to treat myself with a car. So how's it treating me? Well, I've had it for 3 days, but I absolutely love it. Thank you for asking. Iacono Nicolas says, Ciao Federico, what is your favorite Neapolitan tailor for shirts to pair with Marinella ties? Forza Napoli sempre. Well, Iacono, thank you so much, brother. For you guys that don't know, I am from Napoli, Italy. Arguably the world's best tailoring. Some people may say Savile Row, some people may say Hong Kong, but to me it is Naples, and to many others it is as well. Marinella, make fantastic ties. My favorite Neapolitan tailor, honestly, is Rubinacci. Great suits and shirts. However, very expensive. So to be quite honest with you, I get all my shirts made, unless they're Brooks Brothers like this one, I get most of my dress shirts made by Ascot Chang, which is a company out of Hong Kong. Not cheap, but for about $120 a shirt, you can get some great stuff. And they last the better part of a decade. So, even though $100 a shirt, $120, $150 is a little expensive, when you can wear it for 7-8 years and all you have to do is replace the collars, it's a good buy. I would love to buy Neapolitan tailored suits and shirts, but unfortunately, a little out of my budget. But check out Ascot Chang. Great shirts. B. Tynes says, what up, Fed? Love the channel. Thank you, man. With steel watches going bonkers in pricing these days, what precious metal watches would you consider to be the best stealthy investment? Well, I never consider watches as an investment, but there is one watch I realize that I think is priced very well, and that is solid gold Daytonas, either on a bracelet or on a strap. A steel Daytona is selling for over 20 grand, but you can get a gold Daytona on a strap for about 15, or an older gold Daytona on a full bracelet for about 20. Both cases probably cheaper than the stainless steel, and they have very similar, if not the same movements, and you're getting all precious metal. I think eventually, once people realize how crazy it is to spend 20, 21, 22 grand on a steel watch, I think these gold Daytonas are going to go up in value because honestly, in my humble opinion, they are totally undervalued today. Danny F08 says, do you think the Rolex vintage Datejust market is going up and down? Honestly, I don't know. They're certainly not making any more of them, and the demand is there, even though the demand is very recent. It's very much a hipster watch. I remember 10 years ago, you couldn't give away a vintage Datejust, $900 all day. I think they're a little overpriced right now, but I think ultimately the market is going up. There is no more supply. MF Marquetta says, what is the best triple date watch for the money versus the Omega Mark 40? Love the Omega Mark 40. Full disclosure, guys, I've got them for sale on my website if you want to go check it out. But I'd probably say the Longines Master Collection triple date. Same movement, 7750, a more updated design, also more of a dress watch, but very, very well made. Sure, Longines might not have the prestige of Omega, but I think you can pick them up for a bargain. Anyway, guys, that's all for today, but as I said, I will be back mid-next week, resuming normal videos. I wanted to crank one out for you guys because I thought you deserved it. Thank you for a great 2018 and for sticking with me. I love you all, and thank you so much. Take care.